Hi, I'm Billy, and this is Holy Saturday. And this is a bit unusual for me to be on this side of the video. I'm usually on that side, either watching them or editing them. So thank you very much for asking me to do this. And I'm glad that you did ask me to do it. So thank you. I've been asked to speak on a memory of an Easter that stands out. There aren't very many, to be very honest with you. But when I do cast my mind back, there is one in particular that does stand out to me, for two reasons. One, if I remember rightly, it is the year that Carrickfergus received McDonald's. That was quite exciting times for a teenage Billy back then. The closest McDonald's was Abbey Centre, and I didn't drive, and I hated public transport. And two, back then I used to go to Whitewell, and every year on Easter Tuesday we would go up to Portrush and have a great day out. We're going all the rides and Barry's, eating popcorn, eating cotton candy and doing all that good stuff. But we would end that day with an open air service, praise and worship, and a word to end the day. But this particular year we couldn't go to Portrush because when we opened our front doors the place was covered in snow. So that year sticks out to me in particular because of the snowfall quite late on in the year and McDonald's. So here we are on Holy Saturday, a day that I'll be very honest I've never really considered before. Obviously Good Friday and Easter Sunday stand out the most, but this day in particular, in my opinion, is the most important day. And it's not just because I've been asked to talk about it, but it's important for a few reasons. In Luke's account we see that Joseph of Arimathea has gone to Pontius Pilate to ask for the body of Christ, and Pilate was surprised to see that Jesus was dead already. Crucifixions were an everyday occurrence back then, and Pilate has been noted in history to be one of the most bloodthirsty leaders of the time. So he knew a bit about crucifixions, and he knew that it would usually take a few days for someone to die from it. But a centurion confirms to Pilate, yes, Jesus is dead. Sounds very morbid. I'm going on about death here, but that's why it's so important. It's important to know that Jesus was dead. There's no way that he could have just been fatally wounded. There's no way that he was just getting better over the next few hours or next few days after what he'd been through. He was dead. And it's important that we know that, and it's important that it is recorded in history and in the scriptures. And on this particular day, while Christ's lifeless body was lying in the tomb, what on earth was going through the minds of the followers? We know that Mary was at the tomb as well with Joseph, and she saw that he was being laid to rest. And she went off to prepare for his body. She went to prepare spices and ointments for his body. Now, shortly after Christ's arrest, his disciples and followers spread out and hid in fear. They've just seen what Jesus has gone through. The public humiliation, the beatings and the crucifixion. That's exactly what was waiting for them if they were to come out and say that they followed Christ and that they loved Jesus and that they were his followers. This day is a day of meditation and reflection, and to consider, where do I stand when it comes to Jesus? Do I, after seeing what has happened, run off and hide? Do I deny him multiple times when someone says, I've seen you. I've seen you with him. I've seen you with Jesus. Or is it a time for me to stand up and say, I'm with Christ? I'll be honest, I've been that disciple that's denied him multiple times for years. Maybe not in words, but certainly in actions. So on this Holy Saturday, let's all sit and meditate and reflect on the cross. Let's sit and consider where we stand when it comes to Jesus. Do we run and hide in fear of what will happen to us? Or do we stand proud and declare our love for Jesus? This day is important. Jesus has just died and been laid in a tomb and is now fighting for our very souls.